Hello guys, Philly Pipe Smoker here, coming at you with a video on long-term storage, long-term tobacco storage. NDPiper, Nancy David Piper, posted a video earlier in the week, and she talks about preparing mason jars for tobacco storage, and I believe she actually heats them, and then that's how she creates a vacuum. But I have a couple of questions with the actual long-term storage and whether or not what I'm doing is proper, or if there's another way. Maybe you guys could help me out on that. Tobaccos such as these, definitely they're under a vacuum. You insert a coin, and when you twist the coin, you can hear the vacuum release, and the tin is open. So a tin like this does come vacuum packed. A tin like this, it's a paint can style, lid goes on, air remains inside. Does it affect the tobacco? I don't know. Can like this. In fact, you can see the way it's spinning. This is a can that I purchased from an online retailer. It's from 2008. I purchased it as an aged tin a couple of years ago. As you can see, this tin at one point would have been under a vacuum. At this point, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's actually expanded. So there's pressure inside this tin. When I pop this lid, pressure inside the tin will actually come out, as opposed to with the vacuum going the other way. Now, did the tobacco cause this? Absolutely. So, if that's the case, then is it going to happen with this tobacco? My tin tobaccos stay in tins, and when I open them, or if I buy in bulk, and here's a prime example of something I bought in bulk. This is McBaron roll cake. It was made in 2010. So I've had this for quite a while. I have a vacuum sealer, obviously, as you can tell, which I use for foods, but I also use it for my tobaccos. So this has been in this for at least 3 years, which is when I first opened it, maybe even 4 years. And you can see that the vacuum is quite good. I don't see any outgassing of this tobacco like we did on the Hearth and Home. So, and it's hard as a brick. You guys have seen this if you saw my tobacco cellar. Now this was put up in January of 2013. I bought a pound of Marlin Flake. Now Marlin Flake, if you know, comes in these big long rolls. So when you pull it out, it's an actual big mass of continuous rolls, multiple. I package it in the vacuum pack. When I want to open it up, you just cut it. And then I would jar the tobacco in a mason jar. But what the vacuum does is actually kind of interesting. This is very soft tobacco. It's very pliable. It's very easy to break apart. It's not a hard flake by any stretch. And when you put it under vacuum, I mean, it won't bend hardly, and you can see how hard it is. So I don't see any outgassing of this tobacco either yet. Now it's only been a little over a year, almost a year and a half. But I don't see any outgassing in it. Now, what I will do, if it does, I mean, this plastic is actually molded to actual strands of tobacco. Cracks and crevices are in this, as you can probably see it. So whatever the tobacco, if there's a strand right there, it actually molds around it. So if there's any outgassing, it'll be easy to tell. And now, how I store my tobacco in jars is this vacuum sealer comes with this apparatus. It plugs into the vacuum sealer. This goes over the lid of the mason jar. You plug it in, pull a vacuum, it shuts itself off when there's no air left. You pull it off, and this is what you get. So there's a vacuum here. You don't even need to keep the lid on it, but I do, and I'll tell you why. And you can see, I don't know if you can see this, but the actual plume on that Stonehaven, that's Stonehaven from 2012. And it's got an unbelievable, phenomenal plume going on. There you can see it. Now, did the fact that I put it in the jar and put a vacuum under it help the plume come out sooner? I have no idea. The reason why I'm going to keep this lid on is because if it does outgas, then this will pop off and become loose, and then the tobacco can dry out. So by keeping this on top, at least if it does lose its vacuum, it's not going to dry out because of the. And in fact, it can build up quite a bit of pressure where you're actually going to be able to move the lid in and out. So my question is, why is this one outgassing and these so far have not? Type of tobacco? I don't know. I mean, this is a Virginia mixture of bright and red Virginias warmed and pressed into a crumble cake. Is it the plug or the cake that outgasses more because of the way it's made? I mean, there's a flake that's made the same way and then just cut into slices. So that's the way I store my tobacco. I haven't had any issues yet with the vacuum sealing method. Now, I'm pretty confident that I could probably store that indefinitely because I have removed the oxygen for the most part. It's creating a vacuum. So I'm hoping that it would store longer and be better longer. Again, I've had no issues with the roll cake in this kind of thing. Now, the nice thing about this is when I want to take some out, I'll just cut the bag, take as much out I want, put it in a jar, reseal it using the same bag, and put it back in. But it's just, you can hear how hard that gets with the vacuum seal. So it definitely has removed all the air. So your thoughts would be appreciated. I mean, is it a good thing to vacuum seal it? Why do some tins outgas and some don't? All right, guys, hope you have a great day, and talk to you later.